So, welcome everyone. This is Krister, and we have also Mr. Meleski.
Hello, hello.
So, this is the last race. I'm going to put on a little audio groove in the background, a little festive here as we do the. I had a little technical problem, so we're going to work that out. We're starting the qualifying here. I have a little problem selecting cameras and things like that and cars, so hopefully that's going to work. So we are into qualifying. I'm going to get on the game stream right now. So let us know if the audio is all right as usual. Yeah, here we go. I see Stefan Buckley.
Yeah, the audio's pretty good. Just jumped into the Twitch one anyway.
Yeah, good.
And the lag's not very bad, by the way. It lag's only about a second or two.
Okay, yeah, so you can kind of follow along then.
Yeah, I can follow.
Awesome.
Yeah, everybody.
Awesome.
I'm following along from Twitch here. I'm not in my rig.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try and find out how I can improve the situation here. So we have just started the qualifying. And I just have to get used to how I select the different drivers here.
You're jumping on. Yeah, that's good.
To me, it's super random as to which driver I'm getting.
I remember from my playing around with it, there was some of them a position. Wait till you get some qualifying times up there, because some of it's position, some of it's gap. So
Yeah.
Yeah. So wait till you get some quality up there.
Actually, I do see some data come in on, but I don't see it on the screen. This is very, very bizarre. I don't see the data, any data on the game. All right, Don Queen is going into a lap here. Let's follow along with him. Oh, there now I see data on my tower. I'm a little bit confused why I don't see everyone. Why don't I see this order? This is very bizarre.
Now you got the gap.
Yeah, but it's like people have done their laps, so I don't understand why it would look like this.
We had that happen. I had that happen during the game driving one time too, so I'm not sure why either. Like the game is not internally not.
Yeah, so maybe that has actually something to do with what the problems I had on my original. This is very strange with my broadcasting software. So I get this one, which I have no idea why it looks like that. So guys, you might be better served actually to look at the data which is on Pitwall. If you go to pitwall.live/timing/eSeniors. There I think you actually get a much better experience when it comes to the timing. And I'm actually gonna use that one as well to just view where we are, so to speak.
Maybe when the race starts, it'll be better in terms of we're still in quality mode, something like that.
Yeah, I hope so.
So who we got so far? 203s from. I can't seem the driver. MAD. That's probably okay, right?
I'm just trying to get used to some cameras. Cycle cams is F1. Doesn't work either. It's F3, F4. Okay, they say that. Is it whose mic are you talking about, Aaron? Oh, mic is too low. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have you up as. Let me get the Discord. Yeah, I have you all the way up.
Okay, I'll turn mine up. Okay, my input. I'll boost mine a little bit. There's probably a little bit better.
Yeah. I'll see if I can do something on my side. Anything else? Filter, compressor. Okay, do a little sound check now. Check
Okay,
it.
how's that? How's that, guys? That a little bit better? Probably is. So about as much as I can do, we can both do. We probably got it both on 100%. I'm using earbuds today. That's why it's not so great. It's the only mic I have at home.
All right, I kind of randomly follow people here. It's a little bit difficult. So Nivose is number one right now. Provisional pole 145.3. Then we have let's see. My commentating experience is not good. So Radislav P2 and Ollie P3 right now. So Nifosi, Radislav, and Ollie. Let's follow Ellis a little bit in his Lamborghini. So for anyone on the stream here, I'm sorry, I had for some reason this ACC is not sending any data to my broadcasting software, so that is very, very strange. And both broadcasting softwares had the same problem, so something strange. And I also don't know why the timing pylon looks like it does, because we don't see all the drivers.
You've got on gap there now, so maybe if you try to...
Yeah. Okay, so there we see, but we don't... Oh, now we have... Okay, now we have gaps. Okay, oh, good. Okay.
There we go. Good, perfect.
Yeah.
There we go.
So still a little bit random on how I actually select the driver. It's super weird. I don't know how he selects which one I'm going to. La France, Ollie, and then Torrance. Torrance is still to do a lap.
It could be doing position on track for you.
Could be. Yeah, that's probably what he's doing actually. So Canson sits behind there.
During the race, it'll be good.
Yeah.
So yeah, Don Queen's in 9th place there. He's got to pick up his socks a little bit here.
Yeah, and Torrance, he hasn't set the time yet. Nifos is still doing his. He's sitting in P1 still.
And you had your money on who today?
Yeah. Let's see here.
Stewart?
We don't. Yeah, we have Billy there. So obviously, Billy can really clinch the championship right now. So.
Is he sandbagging again? He's 15th.
Maybe. But he. I'll try to calculate in my head here, but I think he can really do.
20 points.
So he had. There's a lot of difference, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't run down. The different where the standings were. Stevens is in first place with 367 points. Queen is in second place with 341. Is it who's in fourth? Lynn, Lin. Who's that? Oh, Lichtner. He's in third place with 337, and very closely behind is McKay in fourth place with 334. So that's going to be a big.
Yeah, McKay. So the talking points there would be McKay and Ollie, and they are right now behind each other in the standing or in the timing right now for qualifying. And then obviously Billy Stewart, which I think is gonna drive from the back, so to speak. Roberto Bando in his Lamborghini. Someone was waiting on track there. Maybe that was Don to get a little bit more room. It's McKay sits there. All right, let's follow Don for a little bit. Let's get into his cockpit maybe if I can. No, I couldn't do that.
Yeah, I know my mic. I see people on the stream talking about my mic there. I'm back home in Edmonton today. I'm not in my rig, so all I can scrounge up for a microphone is earbuds. So hopefully it's not making it too bad.
Yeah. It's Giovanni. Super fast in his BMW. It's ridiculous.
Wish I could drive my BMW like that.
Yeah.
Must be a setup. It can't be me.
Completely.
Those Italian guys, they know their cars.
Yeah, absolutely.
So he's driving a German car. Oh, it's terrible. But we got a couple of Ferraris. Yeah, we got 3 here.
Yeah, I wanted to drive the Ferrari. I think that was one of my first cars I was driving, but I just couldn't. It just didn't have the pace, but it sounds really, really cool when they drive it. So
yeah,
I like that.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm such a stereotype. We have a Volvo in the family, so being Swedish, you drive a Volvo. But I do have a Camaro, so that's my American contribution.
Oh, shouldn't be doing that in GT4 then, driving a Camaro.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it, but it's not so fun to drive a GT4.
Caballero did, I think, was driving a Camaro in GT4.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. There's one guy still driving a Camaro, I think.
All right, Nifosi still sits on 145.1.
Half a second ahead, yeah.
Yeah, and half a second behind him is
very close.
Yeah, it's very close here. It's like 1 second between the first 7. It's not an easy track to pass on either.
No. You gotta get a good. Somebody's got to get a good exit, and the other guy's got to have to do a slight mistake.
It's just a minute 35 seconds of the qualifying.
Very impressive. Twitch being very close to real time. That's
amazing. Twitch it's awesome. I listened to a podcast about the founder, the guy that came up with it, and a very interesting story. And they sold it for $500 million to Amazon. Amazon owns it now.
You can't see gaps. You can't see improvements on times in your the way you're looking at things, can you?
No, I can't.
Oh, okay. So you have to
maybe
wait to
I
see
have.
who does what.
Maybe I can do that when it starts here on the. Yeah, it's really shitty that I can't use the broadcasting software. I have some time to resolve that until next season. So, but I feel bad that it happened here on the season premiere or the season finale rather.
Yeah, it's too bad I'm not in my rig. I got it taken over.
Yeah, it's always good with redundancies.
Goes to show everybody that there's a lot of technology involved in the streaming in terms of pieces of that have to fit together.
It's unbelievable.
So 10 seconds left. Everybody will be on their last laps in a bit. The guys that are ranking for position here are not Ollie's, I guess, the top guy because top guy qualifier, so that might help him. He is in 3rd place, yeah. McKay is in 7th, and Queen? Where's Queen? Queen's in 10th, and he's in the pits, so he's done. Stewart's out on track still. McKay's out on the track still. Ollie's in the pits. He's going to stand with that one, I guess. Stand by his his time.
All right, that is qualifying. So while we have qualifying, I'm gonna mess with my view a little bit.
Yeah, I'll talk over while you're doing that. So yeah, so Nafosi first. So hoping everybody on the stream heard that we have a schedule out for next season, 2023. Just take a look at either the website or BIMGrid, and you'll see the tracks that we have selected for a 12 race season in 2023. The selection was basically based on what we heard from people in terms of favorite tracks. We didn't add too many weird ones, I should say, from the 12 circuit grid that we didn't race in 2022. So there's a couple of tracks. I forget which ones they are now. But you'll see a couple of new tracks, but mostly similar tracks. We're hoping to see a lot of new racers in season 23. The number reservation is giving us a hint that there could be as many as 70 drivers between Group 2 and Group 1, and we are going to try to get some nice solid grids. We talked about GT4 quite a bit. That series is not being well attended, so we're going to start off the season with the GT4 as usual on Thursday, I believe, and we're also going to continue with GT4 on Tuesday evenings, North American time. I'm talking evenings, and hopefully we'll get guys racing a bit more of a bigger grid. We're down to the tens, less than tens. What I suggest people do, because I'm going to try doing that, is pick a different car, totally different car in GT4 than you're used to, and see how much fun that is. With us staying on the same track that we're on the GT3s, it makes it a little bit easier. You don't have to. All you got to do is figure out what the different breaking points are. But anyway, that's GT4 or season 23. Season 23 news, and we do have quite a few new people have definitely going to join, because we can see from them asking questions here and there, so that's going to be nice. And let's hope that we get a good grid. This is a nice grid today. 22 is perfect number, I think.
Yeah, so we have Billy Stewart, who is the provisional champion until we have completed this race. So he's in P9. Nifosi in P1, McKay, P2, Hopkins, P3, Radslav Visharek in P4, Olli in P5, La France P6, Kansund from Sweden P7, and Billy, as we mentioned, P8, Robert Obando P9, Don Queen in P10, and Jeremy 11th, and Hopje in P12, Ellis P13, Caballero P14, Peter David P15, Caston Gay P16, Parks P17, Banks P18, Tennant P19, P20. We have Torrance, and rounding up on the last row we have Savage and Tennant. So I'm not able to get any camera, the kind of the helicopter camera, so we have to make do with this camera I'm on right now. So I'm gonna follow Nifosi, and as we start, we are gonna switch the camera down the grid. And again, follow along on Pitwall Live. You can see the detailed times and gaps and so on there. So hopefully we're gonna be able to make do with what we have. And here we go, the last race for the season, rolling start as usual. Nifosi and McKay in the
McKay must
first.
have pulled out a great last. He was far down until right at the end. He must have pulled out a
Yeah,
had
absolutely.
his last lap there because he was about 5th or something. That's pretty cool. And he is in 4th place for the standing. So if it's true that this track is difficult to pass on, that might be a huge advantage.
Yeah, and Nifosi is on the inside line as we're coming into the right-hander. That's gonna bring us up this maddening first opening sector. And here goes the start, and Nifosi comes strong off the line, and McKay is gonna tuck in behind him. We're gonna have Hopkins and Radislav just side by side. Looks pretty clean as we're coming off the first turn. And here we come up this crazy straight that comes up, and we have those protective barriers there. If there is a crash, we don't have to have any debris going out on our spectators today. And looks very clean, and Nifosi is having to he's getting into a pretty good little buffer there.
Oh, side by side through the bus stop. Oh, not quite. Somebody. There was one side by side a little bit further back.
Yeah, everyone has been doing, and Tennant, of course, he's really good in the starting sequence, going back here to follow along. Savage, Banks, everything is going well. Oh, that's Petronas livery, and Kevin Torrance is rounding up the grid. Look at that, Nifosi have a commanding lead at this point. He has a 1.3. And further back, we saw Don Quinn going out to try to challenge. Let's go down to Don. I have to jump through the cars like this to find the little gaps. Billy Stewart is coming up. He's now up in P6, coming up from P8. Very close racing.
There's a side by side, almost.
Going a little wide there. Coming into the last turn.
Yeah. The tires are still aren't heated up, and it's easy to go wide when you're trying to go really fast on those corners.
Radislav.
High speed. Go ahead.
Yeah, Radislav is doing a really good job. He sits up in P5 right now. Billy Stewart he went wide there. I'm sure we're going to see a couple of grid penalties or track penalties, or what do you call it, track limit penalties.
Track cuts, yeah.
Track cuts.
It seems to be pretty. Racing through the week, I don't think I got one official track cut going wide. If you lay off the throttle.
Oh, the Billy Stewart bounced off. He took that curb really hard, and he got into, who was that? Number 35. He got into Radislav. So
it'd be tough to rejoin too.
Yeah. So that's exactly what he didn't want, because if he gets in so much trouble, so he has to go in and maybe don't get any points at all, or God forbid he doesn't finish, but as long as he finishes, I think he's going to be okay.
Okay.
Because there isn't that much you get between the 1 and 2. It's not enough for P2 to be able to take his position. If I just calculate this in my head, obviously, but there's too much difference. So basically, Stewart has to do a DNF in order not to take the championship.
So in terms of the standings, Ollie is on 21st place. That's the big issue.
Yeah.
McKay is in 2nd. That's great for him. And where is Queen? Queen is he's gained a spot. He's in 9th. That's going to be it's very tight for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, and 5th.
Dimitri Statis joins. Oh yeah, and also Stefan reminds us that Snifosi is in Group 1 actually. So he's kind of running outside the championship if I'm not completely wrong. So that's going to
Yeah, that's right.
complicate things a little bit. But
In terms of
again,
the
the
point.
delta between Stewart and P2, there isn't really anything that's unless Stewart really ends up in the bottom where he is right now. So yeah, it always hurts my head thinking about the points. But I mean, if he ends up in P15, are you able to see if he gets in P15, for
I got the
example?
points in front of me.
What would that mean? If
15th place gives him only 25 points. And first place is 50, so.
yeah, but is the delta between him and the second person right now, is that more than 25 points?
He is 26 points ahead.
Okay, well, so as long as he doesn't lose more than 26 points, but I mean he has work to do now.
yeah.
Oh, he went pretty wide. Yeah, what happened to Ollie?
Ooh.
Actually, I did not.
Yeah, Ollie's in trouble. Yeah, I didn't see what happened to him. He really dropped down on the leaderboard.
Yeah, let's see. Peter David here. Sorry for anyone new here. I have some problems. I can't run the broadcasting software, so I have to kind of just jump around and catch the cars. So it goes on the inside. Caballero or Castangay comes through on Caballero. Then we have a little train behind there with Savage Banks and Parks. I love this straight as you come up, and then you have to brake so hard into.
Yeah, it's such a great track.
And just really control the car. And this is probably where you're going to see some challenges, and that's exactly what we're looking at. Caballero. Caballero did a really nice pass on Castangay there. Good job.
You really have to decide if you're going to try that just before that bus stop, because it's a long straight and you start gaining a little bit, then you got to trust the guy you're passing to do the right thing coming into it. There's so many high-speed corners on this track. It's just so much fun. Yeah, it's really tough figuring out all the scores. We need a group of statisticians behind us, like the big pros.
Yeah, exactly. We need, for sure. Let's go down to Stuart, follow him a little bit. He's just won. He's going to go on Torrance. He could possibly be damaged. So I believe there is a pit stop here in this race too. Is it not?
There is. Yes. Yeah,
okay.
There is a pit stop here. Yeah. Although it's not showing on your tower.
Yeah, I mean, who knows what's going on here?
Yeah, it usually shows on the tower who's pitted and who hasn't. And they're showing all green right now.
Hey, Dimitri, yeah. I have some problems here with my broadcasting software not working, so I kind of just wing it here, try to chase the cars. Oh, that's a hit. Who was that? Oh, someone is standing right in the middle. It's now car 32.
And that's a couple of guys hit him again. Wow.
Oh, I think that was
32 or 22.
Yeah, 32.
Let's see who's dropping down. Oh, a few people.
Savage.
Really...
Yeah, people are, Aeroba's got a hit too. Let's see. So Billy Stewart is up in P13 now, so he is covering it. He's really booging. He probably realizes that I really need to do something. So the question is, how much damage does he have? Can he really take himself through here the way he needs? With the damage he has, he's probably just waiting for the pit stop.
was that? Did you figure out? I don't see a 32 up there. Did they leave? I don't see a 32 on the board. About 22, but not a 32, Paul Sauvage.
And if was
Wasn't
it?
a red.
Oh, there's no pitting. Okay, there's no pit stop. Okay, that explains it. Well, that's tough luck for Mr. Stewart. Let's follow Peter. David has a good run on Ellis. See what he can do in the chicane. All right, let's see what else. Nifosa have a very impressive lead here. McKay, he's 5 seconds ahead of McKay. As we see, Visharek is now chasing on Parks. He's gonna do a move here, try to work himself up because he was sitting up there. He was probably involved. Yeah, you can see on the side of the car. He was certainly involved on his left side. That's car 35. That's one of the cars that we saw had an accident. So he was doing so good. He was running P5 for a while. So he really wants to make something happen on Parks. Side damage, he had no front and no rear damage, so I think he should be all right. It's coming up almost up to Parks. That Lexus is vicious, chasing the McLaren. Oh, he's going out on the outside, or rather the inside, but he's not thinking twice about that. Because this really awkward left-hander is almost blind. Oh, he tries to go, looks a little bit on the inside as the McLaren was spitting some fire. That looks awesome. Now he's next to him. Oh, he's really putting the squeeze on here. This is great driving. In the meantime, Stewart is up to P12 now.
The biggest story here is if Don doesn't improve, Don Queen doesn't improve, he's going to lose his second position to McKay. McKay is in second. That's enough to get him. The gap there is enough to get him into second place. That's
Oh,
huge.
wow.
That's huge. Yeah, it's huge.
Oh, that's good. You're the data cruncher.
Yeah, for now, yeah. And Ollie, let's see what Ollie's got.
Oh, he's coming on the inside here in the chicane. He gets it.
Beautiful.
That's the way to do it. Look at that drive. That was awesome. Radislav up to P13 after this. Let's see. Sorry, I have to jump here to Banks. I was thinking I would have a spreadsheet where I could kind of put the lead, kind of the cars into, and it would calculate where they would end up in the championship, based on the previous positions and stuff, but that gets too complicated. Need to have someone that sits and man that data. It's really a lot of, it looks like Tennant, Torrance, and, well, let's see here. Yeah, Torrance and Tennant are still on the track. Okay, it's Caballero. It's in the pits, so I think he gave up. Banks has some rear and front damage as well, so he doesn't look...
I don't see Jeremy either on the board. Oh, Jeremy gave up.
He might have just jumped out. Banks is really putting pressure on Tennant here, although he has that damage.
Yeah, he sure is. Yeah. Oh, he's got damage, does he? Yeah. I'll do some quick calculations here in terms of Ollie's position. He's in third right now. Well, McKay's definitely going to jump up ahead of him. Yeah, so I think the story is Queen and McKay, because Ollie's not competing too well. He'll drop down into third or fourth. He'll drop down to fourth if he stays this way. How are Don's times? Got a pit wall going there.
Let's see. Don. Don
8
Queen.
seconds. He's about 3 seconds behind seventh place. So, McKay's really putting the pressure on. Great. It's a great race to follow here. And there he goes. On the inside. That's the bus stop, isn't it? Oh, we lost the camera for a second there. There he is. No, he tried an inside move and didn't work, and he lost a bit of time there.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can see how Hopkins is doing on McKay.
Fifth and sixth is a little close gap. Cansom and Obano, only a couple of 2/10 of a second there behind. We're down to fifth place. That looks like a good race. Yeah, there we go, right there. We're pretty close. So it looks like Banks fell behind Tennant there. He's 3 seconds back. That's a BMW on a Ferrari. That's an interesting.
Yeah, I think
chassis difference. The Ferrari's got straight line speed for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. They really have big gaps. I mean, people are spread out here on covering half the track.
That's unusual for Group 2.
It is.
So look at that. The BMW really catches up on the corners, doesn't it?
I'm going to have the whole house full with my 2 grandkids. When 2 grandkids are here, it feels like the house is full. So I won't be able to race tomorrow, I think. I won't be able to get the peace and quiet I need to do that. So we have 17 people watching on different platforms here. So if you're on YouTube, just give us a like. I think most people are on YouTube that I see comments from. Let's go around and get people some screen time here. Looking at Ellis in his Lamborghini, chasing up Mr. David, and behind him we have Ollie.
Let's see each other, that's for sure.
And Stuart.
Yeah, it's climbing up again, isn't he?
Yeah, we lost Jeremy and Caballero.
Yeah, we're down to 19.
Stuart's car looks a little bit ragged there. And Radislav coming behind him. I think Radislav was one of those guys that were actually involved in the accident, so he's probably banged up too. Let's go up to Mappe Kansund. Oh, what happened there? He looked like he put on the brakes.
Yeah, he's very close to the back there. He tried to move on the inside and then couldn't hold on to it. Yeah, the BMW's definitely catches up on the corners, but just can't get ahead on the straights.
Yeah, this is the closest. Ollie is also pretty close on Ellis. I'm keeping an eye on that. Let's stay on this one for a while. So Kanson's car seems nice and shiny, so he doesn't have any damage, so maybe he has an advantage. I think actually Obando's car seems to be in good shape too. I'm excited for next season when we're actually going to have pit stops in every race. I think as commentator, it makes it much more interesting because you see, you're going to get this, long gaps. It's kind of an equalizer and evens up the game a little bit.
So on the Discord, somebody suggested a fun Sunday or open day is Sunday. Maybe we do driver swap races where get everybody learn how to do that. And then I suggested mandatory Group 1 and Group 2 pairing for a team. So then start the group, got 2 guys off, and then have a group.
Oh, that would be awesome. That's a cool idea.
That'd be a lot of fun. I know we tried it once there many months ago, and I don't know if everybody learned how to do the driver swaps properly, but that'd be fun to get into. So.
Yeah, actually, the driver swap is much easier than you think.
Oh, okay, good. Then we'll be needing pit. Oh, there's a nice little. That's Banks and Castonguay. Oh, Banks and Tent. Who are we watching here?
We're on Banks.
Who's behind them? It must be Sauvage. Let's see the
yes. Number. Yeah, we're following Banks, so it's Sauvage behind.
We are halfway through. Keep pushing.
Yeah, his name is Castonguay. He actually told me that. So he heard Castonguay and all that, but Castonguay, that's how he say it.
That's the right French pronunciation. I always got it right because I'm a francophone too. Castonguay.
Yeah.
What's his first name? Aaron, right?
Aaron Castonguay. Yeah.
Where's he from? Is he Canadian?
I don't know. Maybe if I choose him, I see a flag. Yeah, Canadian. We have his flag on there. Crazed Canuck Racing.
You bet.
You betcha. Torrens have a little run here. See if we can catch up. It's only 18 cars left. Stewart in P12. 19 minutes left.
That's where pit stops make it fun. There's the grid. So you're always racing with somebody, even if you're out of the racing, you're trying to race with somebody else. That's a lot of fun.
So the way it stands now, Billy should be safe. Would he?
Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah. 12 gets him. Gets him. 28 points. So yeah, that puts him way ahead. But still, McKay is still doing all right in terms of jumping into second place. Good for him. He's improved so much over the last year and a half, hasn't he?
Yeah, absolutely.
And Richard, he's from my hometown. I've met him a couple of times. He races Porsches in real life.
That's awesome.
He's in a Porsche club, and he's got a nice Porsche. I forget what it is. I'm not a Porsche guy, so I didn't really recognize beautiful car. I saw it. But he takes it to track events. I think he's got a couple of Porsches, actually. He takes it to track events in Calgary and Vancouver.
Yeah, I'm following this series on the road to Le Mans with and it's Porsche that produces this, and it's like a short YouTube video, like 25 minutes or so, and it's that actor. What's his name now?
This is a series on.
Yeah. Several episodes, and it's this actor, and he's an amateur race car driver, and they take him to Le Mans, so he drives in a Porsche team. I forgot his.
I've heard of this, and I can't remember his name either. I've heard this story. Yes, I got to look at that.
Yeah, it's really interesting because he's just a private person with money, obviously, but I mean he has sponsors and so on. So it's and just the pressure of him to compete and drive these long stints in the dark, and it's super nice. Nice production.
Ellis and Ollie are a little close together. Why don't you pop up to that one too? Well, this one's also a good matchup. But Ollie and Ellis are getting close together, or they were. Well, there's a group of 3 anyway. 4. Oh, that long lens on that camera in that spot makes it look like they're a lot closer.
Yeah. Yeah, I like this camera.
We're waiting for Drive to Survive there on F1. We can watch YouTube on Le Mans. That'd be fun.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that don't like the Drive to Survive, especially if you have watched all the different... If you watched all the races live, then you kind of see that they do some sort of a creative editing just to make it, really... And sometimes even they they get things out of sequence.
Yeah, the last couple of years they've turned it into a bit of a background soap opera as opposed to the actual race.
Yeah, it's really. Oh, Cancer, he must have lost some time here, so he's now he's all of a sudden
he's down
1.1
second.
behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at my track map here, and I see they're really spread out all over the race, all over the track.
But,
And Hopkins have
15
really
minutes
lost touch here with McKay. He's not doing any inroads at all on McKay. Let's see, Lee Ellis.
Yeah, that's the closest one now. It's a track where it's hard to make up time when you've unless people make a huge mistake. It's such an easy, smooth, track in terms of getting into the right rhythm, and you can make up. All these guys we're all pretty consistent in our lap times now, so it becomes once you fall behind, it's tough to make up time unless you make a mistake and you're trying to push really hard. Even then, you don't really lose too much. You go wide a little bit. Deal.
Yeah, it's Michael Fassbender, Road to Le Mans.
I don't know him.
You know him once you see him. He's not an A-list. He's like he's kind of A-list. So in the off season, in the off season, he's doing this. That's cool. He's doing like movies and stuff, like acting, and then when it's time for racing, he's all in the racing, and he's in this Porsche team.
There's Peter David.
Lee Ellis tries to do something for Orly. It's too bad you don't have engine failures here, because that would be, if you don't maintain your engine during the season, maybe, Billy Stewart's engine blows up in the last race or something. Like you have to do on the Formula One game, you have to change components and you get grid penalties.
Oh God, we don't want that to happen. I mean, the professional announcers in F1 couldn't even keep track of that scoring system for that. Remember that one race where everybody was all over the place, and they had to spend the pre-game announcements explaining the system that gives penalties for that. But ACC doesn't really, engine performance really never changes that much, and I don't know if that's a quality of the actual GT3 that their engines don't really get that messed up, but it doesn't really come into it too much, does it?
No, but I actually saw that someone posted somewhere in some forum that their engine graphic got turned yellow on the car. So you can mess up your engine if you do crazy shifting and things like that.
Yeah, we did have that for GT3. That happened to somebody that their engine, I don't know if it blew up, but it certainly got a performance issue, and it was downshifting at the wrong time that caused it. Oh, there we go. We got a little spot there.
Yeah, Peter David, White Paper Revolution race car. Oh, he's really getting it on here. You're going to see, it's going a little bit wide. Maybe this is some action coming here for the chicane.
Those two love racing against each other. They're always online racing. Pierre's improved a lot too.
Yeah, absolutely.
He has improved dramatically.
He's going to take the inside. He's looking. Oh, he's doing it. No, he went wide.
Wow. I think those two came together during the week on the chicane. And it was Don that pumped him off, so that was payback.
Yeah, Peter David committed, and then I don't think he could actually stop it and get it back on track there. But that's a good try. He hasn't given up. He's still there. Behind him we have Ollie.
That's another one. Yeah, Ollie of those guys race all week together. So
let's jump up to Canson. He's reaching Obando.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's been going on all race, hasn't it? That you just can't get by that Ferrari.
Oh, it's the Lamborghini. Bando's
Oh, it's a
Lamborghini.
Lamborghini. Oh,
Yeah.
you're right. No, we keep saying Ferrari. It's not. It's Lamborghinis.
Yeah, actually, we don't have any Ferraris in the race.
Only one McLaren too.
One McLaren,
No,
yeah. Parks.
no Mercedes. Boy, things have definitely changed in terms of the manufacturers. That's for sure.
Yeah, Derek says that Jonathan and Mirsch have had engine issues.
Oh yeah, that's who was having that discussion. Was it in GT3 though? I wonder. I seem to remember it was in GT2 or 4.
Yeah, I think if you rev it really, really hard all the time and so on, then you have problems. And Nifosi is so far ahead. He has 6.5 ahead of McKay.
Let's get back up. He's right back up to the end of that, the back end of that Lamborghini again.
Yeah,
he must be getting frustrated.
Yeah, it's. Hey, Nikos Margaritis. Thanks for joining. 22 people watching. That's awesome. Make sure you hit the like button. Get the algorithms to be friendly to us. See if Canson can do something. I mean, like we said earlier, this is not an easy track to pass on, and really the best option is if you get a really good run up the hill.
Yep.
So we're going to see them finishing the lap here, and they're going to go up the hill. So see if we can. The BMW can muscle himself in front of the Lamborghini.
He's pretty close. Let's see if the Lamborghini pulls out ahead now because of the. Oh, look at that! He's right up.
Oh, he's right up, getting slipstream. I think that's how close you have to be to actually get some slipstream.
Wow.
Oh, we're going to see the Lamborghini going the inside. No, he's getting the inside. Well, that's not where he really want to be. Oh, it is very close. Very close. Oh, good job there. Bando. That's
the
awesome.
Lamborghini really bounces off the curbs and BMW doesn't. Did you see that?
Yeah. BMW just eats those curbs for breakfast.
It takes a lot, that Lamborghini, to hit those curbs like that. That's got to be white knuckle a little bit when you got a guy right on your tail. He's got to be huge in his rearview mirror. Huge.
Yeah, engine damage happens when you downshift too fast, says Mirsch. And one thing that I had to get used to when I went from the Formula 1 game to this game is that at some speeds you actually can't downshift. The car doesn't allow you to do it. While in the Formula 1 you can just, I mean, it will allow you to do it, but there is some sort of a limiter. I don't know if it's in all cars, but certainly in the McLaren.
The BMW does that too, I noticed.
Yeah. And that took, I thought there was something wrong in the beginning. So I had to put on a forum that this thing happened, and they said that's how it works.
Yeah. Protection against us amateurs.
Yeah, and Nikos, it was a little pandemonium. Yeah. Billy Stewart went together with, who was that? So he was up in P5, P6 or something, and there was an accident in the chicane. So everyone is really spread out right now, so that's why we can just follow this pair.
For those who joined late, with the current where everybody is in the track, that the major story is going to be that Richard McKay is going to jump from 4th probably into 2nd place in the stand, unless something dramatic happens.
Oh, and we see Canson went into Obando. It looked like Obando just continued. Let's see, where did he go there? Looked like he just continued. He was the one that got the hit.
I don't think Canson had that corner though.
Now, so now we have Peter David chasing Canson.
Oh, wow.
And behind we have Ollie and Dawn.
There we go. Things have heated up a little bit. 6 minutes left in the race. They can all see each other, so they'll all be pushing a little bit.
Against Ollie, closely followed by Dawn. And we have Stuart behind.
Now those two are very close in the standings. Ollie and Queen are only 4 points apart.
Yeah, so
Let's hope
Ollie really
nothing-
wants to separate himself and get up in the standings here, but he doesn't have
Yeah.
really that much time to do that.
No, that's right.
Unless
And enough.
David and Kansen take each other out. Jump out to that, see if he can do something coming up to hill again. Now he's slipstreaming behind that big old BMW. There must be a pretty good slipstream behind that behemoth.
Ollie has to finish at least.
Oh, he's got to go inside, Peter. Is he going to do it? He's going to do it. Oh!
Try.
Yeah. He did it. I think Kansen got a little bit excited there.
Nervous, yeah. Yeah. So that's interesting. If Ollie can finish 2 or 3 places ahead of Don, he'll jump into 3rd place. My math is right. So he's going to make another pass at least. And he can. He's not that far behind David.
Yeah. And for those guys on the stream that hasn't heard, I have some broadcast problems, so that's why I can only use one camera and jump around me in my arrows here. Yeah, Don is really getting into Ollie.
They know they're close in the standings. Yeah, Don's got pace all of a sudden, hasn't he?
Yeah, both
Two,
cars looks a little bit banged up.
2 Audis.
Yeah, I think Don's car is in better shape than Ollie's, judging from what I tried to see.
And plus he's so close, he's streaming for sure. Yeah, this will be fun the last couple of minutes. Got much time left in the race, 2 or 3 laps.
Yeah,
Great finish to the season.
absolutely.
We're talking, we're talking 3rd and 4th place here. Podium.
I'm gonna pull in. I know Nifos is kind of out of the competition there, so I pull in McKay and Hopkins and LaFrance, and we should get Stewart in there too.
Oh, Don fell behind a little bit there. But Ollie's got traffic ahead of him too, so he can't do too much.
Stewart sits safely in 11th. So only have Kansund in front of him.
Ollie's got to do something in terms of changing the standings. If
So
Don finishes just behind him, he's going to be...
do we have a
Cool, stay.
driver of the day today, perhaps? I don't know,
Interesting.
do we?
Katzler put in a great performance. He maintained his position, didn't he? He was in 2nd qualifying.
Who did you mention?
McKay,
Yeah,
Richard, yeah. We haven't watched him much, but because he's been out there in 2nd place, but he certainly he stayed where he needed to be, and he's improved his. He's going from 4th to 2nd in the standings because of it. So that's my vote.
yeah. No, that's good. Yeah, I'll second that.
Great performance.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, too bad we didn't see much of Billy. You know, he had that accident and just tried to claw himself back. We had a nice fight here with Don and Ollie. Oh, it sounds so good. This this car sounds really nice.
Oh, I got my sound turned off. I'll have to listen. There we go.
So less than a minute.
Leaders on final lap now.
Leader. Let's follow. Jumping to Nifosi. There he is. It's black car number 62. ORT team. Giovanni Fosi.
He'll be able to race in Group 1 next year, where he belongs.
Yeah, I think the reason he wasn't was that he couldn't race on Sundays, right?
That's correct, yeah.
So yeah, we're probably gonna see him as the biggest challenger is in Group 1 for sure. It's gonna be fun to see.
The biggest question is who's moving from Group 2 to Group 1, and the admin board is not going to make any comments until we make its decisions. There'll be a lot of talk about that. We should do it just before season starts.
Yeah, I mean, maybe next, in the future we should do kind of a race where, you race for placement in the different, but then you could sandbag and stuff. But, I don't know. So, a lot of series they have that you submit what's your time on this track,
I guess as we were talking at the admin board, a lot of it's going to depend on how many people we get commit to racing. So
yeah, for sure.
I know some people might jump up into Group 2. Group 1, if there's a lot more people in Group 1, it'll be was that slowed down? Looks like somebody ran out of fuel.
Or maybe he just yielded. I'm not sure.
Is it going really slow? Oh, that could be. It was looked like it was a Lamborghini.
Here we go.
So, yeah.
Nifosi comes in. Can I look at McKay?
Nice.
McKay P2. Hopkins P3. Then I was trying to get P4. This I just don't understand. Okay, here we go. La France P4. Let's see him go over the line. Roberto Bando behind. And Hupia. So, yeah, really solid drive by everyone. It's a good race, not really too much craziness. See Peter David, Kansund, Ollie, and Queen.
All together, yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah, I mean, we worked it out.
They're all lining up. They're all lining up on the side there.
Oh, that's nice. That's beautiful.
Bet you can't go to free cam and show it.
Yeah. I gotta go in here into the interview room and see if we can pull McKay and Hopkins, La France, Stewart. We get Hopkins in here. La France, McKay. Getting those guys in here. I don't see, where did Billy disappeared? I don't see Billy. Hey guys, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. I'm gonna try and get your volumes up a little bit. So, yeah. So first of all, we have driver of the day, Richard McKay. How about that?
Holy cow!
Yeah. Good job. Good job. So,
I don't know if you know that. You know, Richard. I think that performance got you second place in standings. You went from fourth to second.
I had heard that. I heard Ollie was in an incident, and I was watching Don, and he was a few behind. So I'm wondering.
Yeah, that should get you in if I got my math correct. Where are you? Can you pull Don in?
let's see. Don, where is Don? He always have something to say.
Yeah, you might have to mute him for a bit though.
Okay, did I get him?
Everyone's going to take turns.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got Don in here too. Little post discussion.
Hey, Don.
Hey, how y'all doing? How was the race up front? I didn't get to see. have to watch it later.
Oh, there were these two fast guys that nobody could catch.
You know, Bruce was right on my tail the whole time, and every time I'd screw up, he'd get a little closer. So I didn't like that.
Yeah, so Don, Richard is the driver of the day. He actually took a P2 in the championship.
Nice, congratulations.
Yes,
Well, thank you, Don.
Nice. Two in the
yes.
championship. Yeah.
And I
Who was
actually have
P1?
a graphic for the winner as well that I'm showing on the
Billy
screen
held
here.
on to one, and Rich jumped up to 2. I thought that might happen. Me and Ollie and Billy were right there together at the end, like 9, 10, and 11.
Yeah, Billy. I think the rest of you stay in position. Don, you're ahead of Ollie. Ollie had to jump up about 3 or 4 places ahead of you to jump up in the standings, but Richard just leapfrogged all of you with that performance. Richard, you had a great qualifying. Did you I thought you were behind quite a bit in qualifying. Did you get that position in the last lap?
I did actually. I was.
Nice.
I had the giggle. I was doing Don's philosophy.
There you go.
With 2 minutes left, I dropped down to 11 liters and and went out again.
Wow, that got you. What position were you in before that? I didn't notice. In terms of
7.
qualifying.
Seven,
Oh,
maybe?
geez.
Yeah, 6 or 7.
That made your season. There you go. Don, he out-strategized you.
I'm not teaching him anything anymore.
That's the way to go. That's the way to go.
Yeah,
No more friendliness in season 23.
Yeah, that's right. No more. Forget it.
Yeah, this becomes serious.
What
Good
time
job,
did you
all
go
of
out? And how many minutes left?
There was 2 minutes on the clock left. So
Jeez, I can't
obviously,
get my tires warm in that amount of time. I need 2 laps here to get my tires warm.
my tires are still cold. I think I did that lap with a 26.9 on the
Oh,
tires.
jeez.
Yeah.
that's really
You
good.
just gave it. Drifting around the corners, I guess.
Well, I kept getting caught up with during quali. I kept running into other drivers. Well, not running into them, you know what I
Okay.
mean? And so I ended up just coming in, and I thought that was my last chance.
So do you all guys, do you feel that you have improved during the season? Is that your, where you are now in the championship, where you ended up, or you?
No, I won the first race and led every lap and haven't done it since. So I've gotten worse.
Well, that's unfortunate. I think.
So to answer your question, I think I've been improving here, and my times are better. I've been having some really good ones. However, I did have some coaching at the first race of the year, and made kind of stuck with me. And I think I've had a much better season as far as pace goes. As far as today's pace goes, Rich was just uncatchable. I just could not get to him. He was really good, and Nafosi was just out in front, and he was very consistent.
Yeah. What did you change in your driving style that you thought made a difference?
Something gave me. I was tapping the accelerator before the apex a little bit, and the person was coaching me, says go wider to get to the outside curve more. I wasn't doing it quite enough, and so it made me focus on that. And the other thing is you just coast a little bit more into that apex before hitting that accelerator. And I wasn't coming out of the corners faster until I started doing that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think one thing that I've been thinking a lot is just that the braking into the corner and just placement in the corner and just power out of it, because it's so easy to think that the fast way of driving is to drive like crazy into the corner and try to just carry that speed, but sometimes you just can't. It's about placement.
You understeer on your exit when
Yeah.
you put too much speed before the apex. And so I think that was by not doing that, I was getting better rotation, and I could get on the gas sooner, faster, instead of not full throttle on the exit because I'm pushing.
Yeah,
Are
absolutely.
you taking notes, Don? Since you plateaued, are you taking notes?
I have less than plateaued. I have regressed. It's been a downward spiral.
No, you haven't.
That's funny. That's funny.
So the guy that we really should congratulate today is Billy Stewart, who took the championship.
Absolutely.
Yeah, congratulations.
So
Yeah,
he's the Group 2 champion for this season, and I think he has been a tremendous racer. And unfortunately, I couldn't catch him on the get him in here to discuss his championship. But we'll.
I've got my chart in front of me here. I'll just tell you how his season went. At Spa he was 7th. At Imola he was 2nd and fastest lap. At Hungaroring he was 1st. He got fastest. What's the other second point? Fastest lap during the race in qualifying?
Pole.
Qualifying. Yeah, pole. Yeah, so he got pole and first place. At Misano he was 2nd and he got pole and fastest lap. At Silverstone he was 1st and he had pole and fastest lap. At Donington he was 2nd and he had, I'm not sure, he got an extra point there for something. At what's PAOL? Why can't I think of that name? Oh, Paul Ricard. He was 5th. That's not his favorite track, obviously. At Coda he was 11th. At Mount Panorama he was 3rd, and obviously today he had a little bit less. But yeah, he had some big races.
Yeah, I see. Actually, the table have updated now on the site. So
Oh, cool.
So he has 396. That was his final points. Then we have McKay, 381, and Don Queen 10 points behind, 371, and Ollie was just 3 points behind. So he's at 368 in P4, and Jeremy 313. So pretty close there on the P3 and P4. So great
What's the
job.
top 10?
Yeah, so top 10. Yeah, so after Robas in P5, then we have Lee Ellis in P6. We have Brian Banks, P7. We have Rob Hoopje, P8. Peter David, P9. And Peter LaFrance, P10. So
Cool.
really, really good job by everyone. So I think we will close today's championship race with these comments. And for anyone watching, catching up on this eSeniors, what we are about, just check out our website. You can also find us on SimGrid, and we want to verify that you are indeed over 50 and not 15. So join our Discord. We do that verification. You get the link so you can sign up in all our championships and all other fun race that we do during the week. So yeah, Mike,
during the off-season and all the races. Yeah.
Absolutely. So thank you, Mike Maleski, for being in the booth, and thank you for everyone, all the drivers, and congratulations to the season win for Billy Stewart and everyone on the podium. Let's start to spray the champagne, and that's it. Over and out. eSeniors. Till tomorrow, watch the Group 1 race, and that's going to be Misano. So we have that to look forward to after we have watched the Soccer World Championships. All right, signing out. Thank you, guys. Bye now.
Thanks.